and let us all do we can to build a better future.
I hate that they called the title this former Intercept co-founder. I'm not sure that's a title that even exists. It's like if I left Hardlands Media, I wouldn't be the former co-founder of Hardlands Media. I'd still,
you are still the co-founder.
Yeah, I would be like the former owner. I mean, yeah, but it's co-founder. I just thought it was weird that like he's gone, he's resigned from the Intercept like a week ago, and they're like former Intercept co-founder. Former Intercept owner? I don't know. Maybe I'm making a big deal about this.
Just a side
it's
note,
just weird.
I'm really upset just how the Intercept really treated Glenn Greenwald, too.
Yeah. And, so, it looks like Comcast is treating us about the same right now. Anyway, let's get going. Glenn Greenwald, the former co-founder of The Intercept and a widely renowned investigative reporter who broke the Edward Snowden leak, has put the U.S. on full blast for its inability to properly count all ballots on election night. Quote, the richest and most powerful country on earth, whether due to ineptitude, choice, or some combination of both, has no ability to perform the simple task of counting votes in a minimally efficient or confidence-inspiring manner. Indeed, Greenwald's point has merit as votes are continued to be counted in key swing states, including Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and even Georgia. Yesterday evening, it was reported that Pennsylvania and Georgia would stop counting ballots for the night and resume in the morning. Why not just go 24/7? It's not like it's an election. It has also been said that the final election results could take up to a week to determine. This, of course, is Greenwald's point. How is it possible for the richest, most technologically advanced country on Earth is unable to properly count ballots with an acceptable time frame? Greenwald draws on a side to the U.S. with Brazil, which manages to declare an electoral victor on election day with over 100 million votes, and yet Brazil is a much poorer, less technologically advanced country than the U.S. with a much shorter history of democracy, holds seamless, quick vote counts about which few people harbor doubts. So this is what we've been saying for a while. It's, I would say, treasonous that it takes this long for votes to come in America. Absolutely. I feel like this is the kind of thing that you can kill people over in a capital punishment sort of way. It's a worse crime to me than the murder is. Hey, can we have some really strong things saying that this election's sound? Because the entire thesis I was making about who would win the election is based on who can screw around with the ballots. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. So right now, they're not even counting overnight. They're lazy. This is another issue with America, another issue with ballot. I mean, man, if I was president, I would have a very strong fist on this and many issues like this, where it's like, no, we're going to put something together that works. We're not. I hate that we leave it up to the county level and the state level. We need one program that we can trust, that's simple and efficient, that works, that can be used as an app. Like, we need a government app that's like, okay, you have to have, it's on your phone. You have to have some amount of, information to log into it or whatever, so it's secure. But when election day is coming, you can just hit a button.
So here's the thing. Maybe I might be taking this conversation a little bit different path, but we need election integrity in this country. And the thing is, you're seeing Trump supporters scream about it now. And way back during the primaries, during the early days of the 2020 primary, even the 2016 primary as well, you had progressives and independents calling for the same thing too. We need to have election integrity. We need to, call for election integrity. And even during the 2016 general election, when a lot of Hillary Clinton supporters were screaming, we need election integrity, we need election integrity. Yeah, all across the board, everyone, we need election integrity. This isn't a party divide. I mean, I'm seeing a couple people on social media mock Trump supporters. And look, I get it. I get it that it's easy to make fun of Trump supporters. But they're calling for the same thing that a lot of progressives, independents, and dare I say it, even a vote blue no matter who crowd.
It just depends on when it's advantageous.
Yeah, I guess when it's advantageous. And here's the thing. It's advantageous for everyone to call for election integrity because we don't have it in this country. We need to have popular vote, and we need to get rid of the Electoral College. Why do we need to get rid of the Electoral College? Number one, it's absolutely offensive because it has its origins when there were still slave states here in this country. That's the only reason why we have the Electoral College. I mean, that's why it's still around. No one's ever had the bright idea of actually, supporting popular vote, which other democracies have. We don't have that. So, look, Biden has this in the bag. And of course, he has a popular vote backing him up. But if things get twisted around or somehow Trump is able to pull out of this, yeah, Biden might have the popular vote, but he doesn't have the Electoral College. Now, Biden has both of them working in his favor, and that's great. But which one do you think Biden and his campaign care about the most? The popular vote or the Electoral College? And again, we've covered numerous elections here in the state of Illinois, whether it's for municipal elections, state elections, or even at the federal level. And the story is the same across the board. Signatures being thrown out, ballots missing, polling stations not open, voting machines not working properly. This is a real fundamental problem that we have in this country. And everyone, no matter what your political spectrum is, how you vote, how old you are, this is a real problem. And yet the United States chooses to stand on this pedestal and shout down to the rest of the world, no, you must be like us. We have the best system. No, we don't. We don't have election integrity. And when independent journalists and media outlets talk about it, it gets shot down by corporate media. This is a real issue. You want to know why you have Trump people screaming right now? You want to even know why you still have Bernie Sanders supporters and progressives saying we need election integrity? It's because this is a real problem, but the media is going to be covering it up. And we shouldn't be making fun of anyone calling for election integrity.
I would add a little caveat.
Yeah.
As long as they're doing it consistently. If they're
Yeah.
only doing it when they think they're going to lose, that's the issue.
Yeah, and that is a very, because like with the Bernie Sanders campaign with progressives, 2016 and 2020, you know, the DNC weighed in on it. Democrats are very good at rigging primaries. Republicans, I think this time around, they kind of dropped the ball on rigging the general election.
That was hard to do. I mean,
Yeah.
Trump could have done better in his,
he
entire
could've.
thing.
But,
But again, they didn't get the landslide that they promised they would.
No,
So.
and so it's going to be a real disaster.